I've got 6 o'clock. We'll call this Public Works Committee meeting to order. If you would, review the minutes from the June 12th meeting. And I'd entertain a motion to approve them as stated here, or unless it's, unless you see some. Is there anything we need to add or to take away on it?
I'll make a motion to approve. Motion to approve the minutes.
Got a motion to approve and have a second. Second by Carmen. Any more discussion on it? All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. We'll go right into the, looks like we do have a quorum here. So I hadn't heard from the ones that's not here. We'll go into discussion items. First thing under discussion items is parks, playground update. And Cliff, you want to give us an update, but I know Miss Maggie's here from the playground. Where's Cliff at?
I'm here. You can see that that they've come a long way over there. I'd say we're right at about 50%. Maggie may know a little bit more than that, but she'll have an update and a timeline is where we're at right now.
Aggie, did you want to come up and give us, come up to the, we appreciate you coming tonight.
Okay. Maggie Webb with Cunningham Recreation and Game Time. Couple playground updates. So like Cliff said, we're moving along. We had a couple delays due to weather and the crew mobilizing to different sites. We had to wait till they finished up to come back here, but they'll be on until we finish from now on here. So we're looking at scheduling the build out crew, the concrete crew, and the fencing crew around the same time, which will most likely be the week of the 26th, and then hoping to have the park open no later than October 10th. We'll still have to schedule the surfacing crew after the concrete and fencing crew. So we're trying to give the concrete crew 12 days and the surfacing crew 12 days, and then we should be set to proceed with opening the park once it passes all the testing requirements from TDEC.
So October the 10th is what we're looking at. I mean, if everything goes good.
Yes, sir.
Has anybody else got any questions or comments for her while she's here?
What kind of fencing will we have at the site once it's completed?
It's a black post gable fence. I can send a spec to Amy or Cliff and they can share it with you guys. But it's got the slits in it and black metal fence. Okay. And I'm happy to leave my info here. And if anyone has questions as you're walking around town or somebody after church asks you something, feel free to shoot me a text or give me a call, and I'm happy to share updates as you need.
I know there'll be a lot of excited kids around when that gets done because they've been looking forward to it. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
we do appreciate you coming. Is there anything else anybody want to ask her while she's here? All right, we thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
The next thing on our agenda is the Blue Cross Blue Shield grant, but I don't see Miss Crystal here. Chris?
Just one question with regard to the playground. I know that although this would be for Cliff, how are we on trying to do whatever with the plaque or whatever we decided to do with the names?
The Lafette Trophy gave me a quote. It'll be somewhere around $800 for the sign like what you see downstairs that Mr. Paxton's put in the courtyard. I'm working on a couple other things. It's going to be basically what you want to spend. You know, the prices for the marble and brick are considerably higher than a metal or a sign like that one downstairs. I don't know the life expectancy of that one downstairs, but it's certainly not going to be as long as the wooden stays have lasted. So we really never specified exactly what you want.
I don't know about y'all, I feel like we probably would be better served to go ahead and spend a little more in advance to get something that's gonna last as opposed to one of those wooden ones that a few years, who knows what it's gonna look like. I don't know what anybody else thinks.
Recommendations or comments on this? When can you have us a figure together or that with us something nice, or here before everything gets done down there? Cliff?
It won't be completed and installed, but we'll have figures and stuff before that. Yes, sir.
Mayor, on the next, on the Blue Cross Blue Shield grant application, can you have any, you give us any update on it or anything? I thought Miss Crystal was gonna be here, but I don't see her.
So all the information has been given to Ms. Crystal. All of our letters of recommendation have come in over the past couple of weeks. I believe she has everything that is needed to submit the application. She has until the end of this month to get that in. The last time I talked with her, well, it was through email. Like I said, I think she's got everything, so I'll check back in with her tomorrow just to make sure.
All right, we'll move into the next item, pool season 2024. I spoke with Cliff. He said he probably wouldn't have our ending figures, but you can give us update, Cliff.
The last month was a little bit, shy of what we would have liked to have seen. We didn't have as many people. Of course, the weather was super hot and it was just hard to get people out to the pool. We had a few days in August, so we don't have ending balances yet. We'll have those, next meeting. I'll have all those and ready to answer the questions for that. I don't think it's gonna be any different than any other year. It's just, it was real slow toward the end. We didn't have any major expenses this year. It was a good thing.
So keeping it open an extra few weeks didn't really do us no good. I mean, probably everybody starts to dwindle down on the pool season. I think maybe next year we maybe look at closing it a little earlier than we did this year. But that's something we'll bring back up in January or February.
How did adding the second late night instead did that seem to go over well or what was that kind of like?
It was good. We didn't have enough nights to really justify it. There were parties the first couple of nights we decided to do it that month. Tuesday nights were a boom. I know the first or second Tuesday night of, after we got up and rolling, we had over $1,000 night. So it was real good. I think as far as the late nights go, next year, we probably won't have a party for Saturday night and keep it open Tuesday and Saturday for the late nights because there'll be a lot more traffic on Saturday nights. I think we'll do better. It would be worth a shot in my opinion anyway.
Has anybody else got any questions for Cliff right now on this? He said he'd try to have our final numbers at our next meeting. Anybody else got any questions?
I know it was free, but how did the 4th of July go? Did we sell much concessions?
I don't think we sold a lot of stuff. I know it was packed the whole night. People really had a good time, and that's what it's there for anyway. It's any of y'all been around the park long enough, this is not a moneymaker.
Yeah, I was there on the 4th and yeah, it was packed until the fireworks were done. It was crazy. But I asked the lifeguards and who were there that day, how it had gone, but they said I was busy, but no, that they didn't feel like there were any major issues. So yeah, it seemed like it went really well.
We didn't have any issues at all this year as far as troublemakers or anything like that. One thing that Charlie did note on the 4th of July is over 10 people that showed up didn't even know Trousdale County had a city pool. So they were really looking forward to next year and maybe we'll get some season passes and stuff sold. But a lot of people just discovered the pool this year. So that was a good thing.
I know on my days off, I'd drive by there and it looked like it was pretty good crowd down there every day that, I mean, on my days off, it was pretty outside. I mean, I think, and I think that's really good for the 4th of July where kids can go down there and enjoy the pool that day. I mean, I think that's a great deal. Let's move on to the next item, it'd be trash services, status of the truck. Cliff, can you give us the status of the truck?
Yes, sir. The new door-to-door is still slated for December delivery. I hadn't heard anything. That's the last time I talked to him about 2 weeks ago. He said we were still on track for December delivery. So hopefully that'll be a reality. We're in need of the truck. We've spent about $2,500 the past 2 weeks on this other one. We're fixing to spend probably another $2,500 just on the DEF system alone. It's the pump and stuff's acting up in that DEF system, so we're having to replace everything in it systematically, just try to get it back up and running like it should be. So like we'll still use the truck and it'll still be a good used backup truck when we get the new one. So we're not throwing good money after bad anyway.
Anybody else got any questions for Cliff on the truck? All right, the next thing under that is Board of Education dumpster billing. Cliff.
Yes, sir. Several years ago, I don't know which mayor, I talked to Commissioner Gully about it a while back. And, he said that originally the schools never paid for dumpster billing. So, every year they budget $35,000. And when that runs out, they stop paying. They just don't, move any money or arrange to make a payment plan or get us caught up. They, excuse me, they completely stop paying for the year. And when the budget's approved in the following year, then they start paying again. What they've proposed is to raise that to $40,000. I've talked to Principal Gully about it, Commissioner Gully about it, and he's kind of ran back and forth with Dr. Satterfield. I hadn't spoke with him personally about this issue, but what they would like to do is raise it to $40,000. I've talked to Commissioner Gully about the summer. We dump them almost daily during the summer because whether there's children there or not, school goes on, the dumpsters are getting filled up, and we're still there doing the job. So if they would be willing to go to will call during the summer, which means they will only call us if the dumpster is full, we won't have to dump them daily. It's not always full during the week when we do make that trip, but usually we're done for the day with that tractor or that truck and has moved on to another project. And that's when they start calling saying the dumpsters need empty and it's just hard to get a driver and back in that truck and go do that. So if they're willing to go to will call and you guys are willing to approve this, you think it's a good idea, then we can go ahead and agree to these terms and move forward with that.
What, if they were paying full regular over the course of the full year, what would that total roughly be? Cause I kind of like know what the difference between 40,000 and whatever that total might be.
I'm sorry, I should have had that number in front of me. I should have expected the question, but I just don't. I would say, I can figure it roughly if y'all want to discuss and I'll try to get an answer.
Is this something you want to bring back to our next meeting, or are you trying to figure it out, Cliff? But if they've come to an agreement, I mean, if Cliff sort of agrees with I mean, I think it's something.
It's around $3,500 a month, and they're usually 3 to 4 months over. So I don't think we would be over another $4,000 or $5,000 shy of that. And if they do the will call, it's probably going to get real close to hitting the nail on the head. I spoke with Amy about it. We've discussed it internally, and it's a pretty fair shake. I mean, I just don't see us going up. We're definitely not going to be in worse shape than we are right now. That's what they've agreed to do. And like I said, they've done this for years. They just quit paying. And I brought this up once before and I had to drop it. But we're circling back.
Okay, that sounds reasonable then. That's like, I wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna be like a $10,000 something or something crazy that, hey, maybe we need to, but if that's gonna put it close enough, yeah, I don't have an issue with it.
I'll make it to the end of the year, end of the school year, and then like I said, the summer months are really hit and miss. We dump them hot and heavy the week after school, and then it slows way down a lot. So I'd say it would just almost cover it completely, if not completely.
Is this something our committee needs to vote on or then carry it to the county court or just? I don't know. If I do, I need to hear a motion for that.
I think it would be safe to have a recommendation from this committee to move forward on it.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion. then.
State your motion.
Okay. I guess motion to recommend to the commission that we approve this new agreement with, between what, Public Works and the school system? Yeah, for the 40,000.
I just have a hard time seeing it, they're supposed to be paying for services. Anybody else in the county is expected to pay for whatever services they have. That's me.
If you want to circle back, I can get a hard number. We can circle back with we got a pool. We're gonna have a pool update anyway, so we can circle back. So,
Yeah, I'll withdraw my motion to let.
Bring it up next month.
Yeah, that way Cliff gets the hard number.
Okay. That'd probably be the best. So he's withdrew his motion and you withdrew your second. All right, we'll move on then to, other, I wanted to put this on here, animal shelter. I was wanting to get an update, how everything, how the animal shelter is running now and who to call or whatever. So Cliff or somebody give us an update on this.
yeah, we're taking care of it right now. Joe and, his inmate crew were taking care of some of the dogs. A couple of them have found homes. We've got one more to get a home for down there. Some, folks from Carthage are coming Saturday to look at her, so hopefully they'll take her home. And, that's all we have down there right now. We're not currently going out and catching dogs or retrieving dogs from the street. If there's a vicious dog, it's still supposed to go through the sheriff's department, is my understanding. So, that's where we're at as far as the catching dogs. We don't do that.
So it's no dogs at the pound now, or did you say you got one? And are you overseeing or your crew?
Yeah, right now, it's the summer months. I've got a driver that can't start his route, the city garbage route, until 7 o'clock. We're starting at 6 right now due to the heat, so he's got an hour in the mornings to spare. He goes down there and feeds and cleans the kennel and takes care of her. And that's like I said, she should be gone Saturday. Hopefully, she'll be placed in a home Saturday.
So if someone calls or complains about a stray dog or whatever, who do they call? You or the sheriff? Call the public works or?
Yes, sir. They call us if it's a vicious dog. I know it's in the charter. They're supposed to contact the sheriff's department.
Is anybody, I just wanted to bring this up where the public could be aware of what's going on now. I hope I questions the list.
Is that the plan moving forward? Is Public Works Department is gonna take care of the animal shelter?
For the time being, if we're ever overwhelmed, I mean, we're constantly looking for employees, but right now, nobody's raised their hand for that position.
But y'all do have enough staff to take care of what's going on right now with the pound.
Right now, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, two questions. Cliff, I know you said if someone, calls with a stray dog, they call you, but if you're not taking in intakes, what are you telling people who call?
Well, the ones we've talked to and dealt with, the dogs have actually belonged to somebody. We just tell them we're not taking dogs. We had one yesterday that was on Halltown Road. We did a little bit of research. The dog had a home. He was on their porch. He does roam a little, or she does roam a little, but that's, I can't do anything about that. I mean, I'm not an enforcer of any kind.
Okay, and one other question, I guess, for the mayor, are we looking to find a new animal shelter director, or are we? Oh, he's done gone, okay.
I've spoke with him about it. I mean, there's no big rush unless, I mean, we're just trying to save the county money until there's an absolute need for it. We're trying to do what we can.
Is any more questions or discussion on this? At least we got this, or I mean, if somebody calls, or, I mean, at least we have an answer for them now, what they can do it right this time.
We had 4 chasing cows, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. We went and picked those up. One found a home, and, the other 3, because they were running animals and did snap at an employee, we had those euthanized. So there's that. But I'm not saying we're absolutely not taking any dogs, but we're not out actively collecting dogs in the street at this time.
That's all I've got. I would, Cliff, do you want to introduce your new employee? Her name was,
Yeah, this is Misty behind me. Carrie's no longer with us. Misty will be the one taking her place now. She's just started Tuesday, so she's just as green as they get, but we'll get her wore out soon.
the next here is public comment. Shaq, you got any? County mayor's the county attorney, you got any comment? That's all I've got. I do appreciate Maggie and for coming and give us an update on that. That's good to know. So I'm hoping we will be done by October the 10th. That'd be a good month, October to fall. People can get down there and enjoy it. And Misty, good luck on your new job. Here's keeps Cliff straight there. That's all I've got. Let's look for next month. Anybody look? Let's get us a date set for that before we adjourn. Yeah, let's do it. I'm looking at September the 12th, maybe. Is that good for everybody? September the 12th? At 6 o'clock? They doing it at the fair. It may be that night. I don't know. I forgot about that. Okay. Hey, Cliff, you think you will have the final numbers for us for the pool on that?
We should, yes, sir.
All righty. We got, our next meeting was, September the 12th at 6 o'clock. If that's all I've got, I hear a motion to adjourn. Does anybody else got anything I need to bring up? Not, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Got a motion by Carmen, second by Presley. Thank y'all for coming.